What's up? Please follow us on Twitter at NHB Sports. When you tweet at us, use the hashtag NHB, and we'll tweet you back and you'll join the conversation. Of course, you're watching this, so you're following us on Facebook at No Holds Barred Sports and Entertainment, and ask for permission to join our Facebook group, No Holds Barred Sports and Entertainment Group. Hey, shout out to Jonathan Pinkington, high school friend of mine who just joined the conversation. What's up, Jonathan? Also, to email us at noholdsbarredsports@gmail.com, and we'll read you. First things first, 2016 has been a crazy year in sports. To me, the things that really set the year off started off with March Madness, how Villanova on the last second shot beat North Carolina to win the national championship. Insane. Who saw that coming? Also, then you move to the NBA. We had a 73-win team in the Golden State Warriors. Steph Curry, back-to-back MVPs, went up against the Cavaliers, had a 3-1 lead, and lost. Crazy, 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 crazy. Then we had the Olympics, which I thoroughly enjoyed. Michael Phelps with a comeback. Great Olympics. I feel like Usain Bolt stole the Olympics, winning 3 gold medals again. But then we had some new stars. U.S. gymnastics team. Simone Biles. That Simone did it. Awesome year for her. Then moving on into the fall, man, college football, where we're currently at right now. Alabama, in my opinion, one of the greatest defenses we've seen in the modern era, heading into the playoffs, looking to win back-to-back championships. And throw in the Cubs, winning the World Series, dispelling the curse or whatever. Shout out to my man, Zente Lovelace, who just joined. So 2016 has been an awesome year in sports. Now, we have had some losses this year in sports and entertainment. The list is too long to name, but the major ones, we did lose the greatest, Muhammad Ali, who passed away. Recently, Carrie Fisher, Princess Leia. We lost David Bowie. We lost Natalie Cole. The list just goes on and on and on. So great sports year, tremendous year of loss, but overall it's been pretty good. But it was the birth of No Holds Barred in 2016. So we're going to come back stronger than ever in 2017 with some new wrinkles, so be on the lookout for that. So let's start off and talk about what's happening. College football playoff. How excited are you? I know I'm excited. The first game, hey, shout out to my man, 3 o'clock on ESPN. You got Washington versus Alabama, the number 4 seed versus the number 1 seed. In the Peach Bowl in Hotlanta. Got to go with Bama here. Bama's a 14-point favorite. If you go by the 3 facets of the game, this is why I'm choosing Alabama. From a defensive standpoint, they're solid on all levels, period. NFL talent, first-round talent on each level. You look at that defensive line, they get pressure without blitzing. Hey, and shout out to my lovely sister, Sabrina, who just joined. Thanks, sis. They're just solid on all levels. Defensive line, they get pressure without blitzing. The linebackers can run and can cover. And their secondary, they got thumpers at free safety, and they got just straight up cover men out at corner. So I give the edge to Alabama from the defensive standpoint. From an offensive standpoint, Washington, love their quarterback. I love their offense. They just really keep you off balance with the run and pass. And, their coach, they do throw in trick plays every now and then. Alabama's offense can be conservative at times, even though it's a solid conservative with that strong running game. But you still got a freshman quarterback. He gonna be a freshman every now and then. So I would tend to go with a slight edge to Washington on offense. The only reason I'm picking Alabama is I do think Washington is gonna get out of character and do things that they don't normally do. Going forward on 4th down when they don't need to. Play calling is gonna be out of character for them because the pressure of that defense is gonna be so great. And then from a special team standpoint, I kind of think that's a wash there. Even though I would slightly lean towards Alabama, but I really wouldn't give them an edge there. But overall, man, I love the coaching of Nick Saban. I love the play calling of Lane Kiffin and just the overall talent from Alabama. I think they do win going away. I think this game is close in the first half, but Alabama pulls away with that dominant physical style. And I do think they cover the 14 points. So going with Alabama. Shout out to Tasha Flanagan, family member there who just joined. So the second game we got is at 7 o'clock on ESPN. Man, Clemson versus Ohio State. Ohio State's a 3.5-point favorite here. This game is a toss-up if you ask me. I believe this game is going to come down to which quarterback plays the best. You got Deshaun Watson from Clemson. You got JT Barrett from Ohio State. Now, you've been watching show. You know that I don't like Ohio State. Not a big fan of Clemson after what their coach said about Black Lives Matter and about protesting and my frat brother Colin Kaepernick. Anyway, taking that all out of it, let's look at it this way. You got a dynamic quarterback in Deshaun Watson. We all saw what he did to the Alabama defense last year. He's got a great complement of receivers, good running game. Versus JT Barrett, who's got a very solid running game, but his accuracy is suspect. His receivers show up every now and again. I just can't trust a quarterback who can't beat you down the field. So I'm picking Clemson in the slight upset. I do think they'll win by a touchdown, but this game will be extremely close. It'll be a lot of big plays. I think it'll be a high-scoring game as well, but I'm going to go with the offense that's going to make more plays than the defense can stop. Not a knock against Ohio State's offense. Defense. They haven't seen a dynamic offense like this. Thus, they are going to give up points. I think they're just going to give up one touchdown too many. So I'm going with a rematch in our national championship game with Alabama and Clemson. Give you the pick next week, but you'll see that I'm right, that Alabama will win going away and Clemson will win a close game. So that's our college. Gears move up a day to the NFL. Man, first of all, shout out to my Dallas Cowboys, #1 seed in the East, first round bye in the NFC, NFC East champs. What more can I say? Shout out to my man Ramsey Hill, our producer who just joined. But man, the playoffs are so exciting. Everything is pretty much set on the AFC side. We got New England with the #1 seed. You got the Raiders with the #2 seed, but it's a shaky 2 seed, man. With David Carr breaking his leg, he's gonna be out for the remainder of the playoffs. Man, it's kind of hard to win with your backup. Now, we've seen it done before. The Rams did it in '99 with Kurt Warner. Tom Brady did it in '01 with the Patriots. But I don't even know who the backup quarterback is for the Raiders. Don't know him. We're going to get to know him. He's got a dress rehearsal this week, and then in 2 weeks, we'll see what happens. But the team in the AFC that I like, well, there are 2 teams actually that I think are going to beat the Patriots, either or. I love how Pittsburgh is playing right now. From an offensive standpoint, they're putting up points on the board. That defense is suspect, but they stop you when they need to, holding you to a field goal. And that offense, man, Bell is running like crazy right now. Antonio Brown can't be covered. And Big Ben, man, he's putting everybody in the right position to be successful. So I really like Pittsburgh, but I also love Kansas City. Nobody's talking about Andy Reid's team, man. They just solid. They just win. Alex Smith has gotten a knock his entire career, but the dude's a winner, man. He moves the chains, he doesn't make mistakes, and he makes plays. So I know they're a wild card. They got to win 3 games on the road to get to the Super Bowl, but don't be surprised if Kansas City gets there. Don't be surprised at all. The Texans, not impressed. So I'm going, the teams you need to watch are definitely Pittsburgh and Kansas City. Moving on to the NFC, like I said, my Cowboys, #1 seed. We good to go there. Surprising #2 seed is the Falcons of Atlanta. I know there are a lot of Falcon fans in my timeline, a lot of Falcon fans that we follow on Twitter. Listen, enjoy it while you can. Matt Ryan's going to screw it up. Don't worry about it. Get plenty of alcohol to numb your pain because that's not the guy you need to trust. Ramsey, I'm sorry. Had to say it, man. He's not, this isn't your year. Shout out to my old roommate, Greg McQuitter, who just joined. Ramsey, thank you to Seattle. So, man, you know, Seattle is the 3 seed. Don't see them doing too much, man. I do think that defense is getting old. That offense, to me, has been inconsistent all year. I know Russell Westbrook has been hurt, but where's Jimmy Graham been? I'm sorry, Russell Wilson. That's a tank. Russell Wilson has been hurt all year, battling injury. I just don't see them going far. Maybe they win a game. I doubt it, though. The 2 teams in the NFC outside of my Cowboys that I'm very concerned about are the Packers of Green Bay and the Giants of New York. And this is why. Aaron Rodgers is hot right now. Period. If you've been watching the kid play the last month, he's been on fire. Jordy Nelson has been on point. That offense is clicking with no running game, a weak offensive line, and a terrible defense, but they're winning. They are winning. The New York Giants, best defense money can buy. Best defense money can buy. Spending on, what is it, $70 million on defense with free agents, and they're balling right now. They're getting pressure without blitzing. Collins, to me, is the defensive MVP of the league, just playing lights out. The offense is sputtering, though, but Odell Beckham Jr., man, what can you say? What can you say? He's making plays every week. That's all they're needing to do. Eli gon' Eli, but no running game. Just throw it to Odell Beckham. He's going to break a tackle, get a 60-yard touchdown reception, and that's going to be the points that they need with that defense. Shout out to my main man, Ryan Anderson, for joining. Yes, Ryan, I do believe defense wins championships. Absolutely. I agree with that. But the big game in the NFL is going to be the Sunday night game. You've got Green Bay traveling to Detroit for the NFC North. Winner gets in the playoff, loser, some other things got to happen that we don't need to get into. So what you need to know is who's going to win, Green Bay or Detroit. I like Aaron Rodgers, I really do. But man, my heart is telling me Detroit, but my mind is telling me Green Bay. So I really don't know. This is why Matthew Stafford is playing out of his mind. Dare I say MVP candidate. Look at the numbers. I know you're probably saying, oh, Matthew Stafford. Look at the numbers. Made plays in the fourth quarter to win. Period. Ramsey's picking Green Bay in the shootout. Man, I think it's going to be a shootout too, man. I could definitely see 35-31 type of game. And if that is the case, I got to go with Green Bay, man. They got more bullets in the gun. Period. Who's going to cover Jordy Nelson? Period. Who's going to cover him? I don't see it. I don't see it. So I'm picking Green Bay in a shootout. I do agree with you, Ramsey. Ryan is saying it's a toss-up. Man, in a toss-up game, you generally go with the home team, but Aaron Rodgers is playing lights out right now, man. Ryan says if Detroit hangs around, they'll be in trouble. It's going to be a close game, man. You could see a lead get as high as 10, maybe even 14, but with these offenses, you know, it's going to be interesting. It's really going to be interesting, but I just think Green Bay's going to get it, man. They're going to get that number 4 seed. They're going to have a home game. They probably end up playing the Giants, which will be classic. No telling what the weather will be in Green Bay, but it'll be interesting, man. The NFL never disappoints. So week 17, just sit back and relax and enjoy it. Just enjoy that Sunday night game. So, all right, it's our weekly segment, the Russell Westbrook Watch. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not watching the NBA, just tune in and watch Russell Westbrook. We're knocking on 40 games into the season, and he's averaging 31 points, 10.9 rebounds, 10.6 assists a game, triple-double. Just wow. Just wow. He dropped another 40 last night. I want to say 13 assists, 7 rebounds. This is sick. This is so sick. We have not seen this. I'm 38 years old. Never saw Oscar Robertson play. I did see Magic Johnson play, and like I said earlier, I remember when Magic Johnson would get 4 or 5 triple-doubles in the season, and he'd be considered great. Then Grant Hill came along and Jason Kidd. They get maybe 6 to 7, maybe 8. They were considered great. Russell Westbrook, though, this is stupid. This is so stupid, dog. Like, I just can't, I don't understand it. I don't understand it. A dude plays with such high energy, leading his team, you know, distributing the ball, playing defense. Check him out. He is playing defense. I ain't saying he's an all-defensive player, but he is playing defense. And it's like I said earlier, he's going to have to keep this pace up for his team to make the playoffs. Right now, I think they're the number 5 seed in the West. He's going to have to play at this level for them to keep a top seed, period. That's, as sports fans, that's what we got going for us. That's what we got going for us. So I'm excited, man. Every week we're going to check him out, see where he's at. I know every morning when they play, I'm turning it on ESPN or I'm checking my notifications and just to see, man, like, what did he do? Triple-double? Did we get close? Did we get 15 assists? Did we get 15 rebounds? Because we know the points are going to be there. So I'm all for it, man. I want to see it. I want to see history, and we've never seen history like this before. Crazy, crazy. So Ryan says, you think he wants it, man? I don't know if it's consciously in his mind that every night, oh, I'm looking for a triple-double. I think he's just working for his team to win. I think it'll start getting in his mind come March. I think come March, after the All-Star break. I think he'll be thinking about it then, and then he'll want it then. But right now, I just think he's just working for his team, just trying to get his team in the playoffs and get in a good position. And he's got that chip on his shoulder too, man. He knows what KD's doing. He sees that. He sees that. So that can be the fuel. Can it fuel you for an entire season? I don't know. But can it fuel you for a while? Yes. So, man, just to rehash a little bit, going back to the Christmas Day game, the major game was Golden State and Cleveland. I thought Golden State was going to win by 15. They were up by 14 in the fourth quarter, but blew the lead or whatever. Some suspect calls. We'll just leave it at that. For you Cavalier fans that are on here, I know Greg is. But listen, man, Richard Jefferson fouled that boy. Y'all know that. And LeBron James should have been called for a technical foul for just hanging on the rim like he's swinging at the park. So that's all I'm saying. But anyway, it was a very good game. It had a playoff atmosphere. But, man, what I walked away from that game was, is Kyrie Irving the best player on Cleveland? Shout out to Sonya Samuels for just joining. Is Kyrie Irving the best player on the Cavaliers? Now, I know that's sacrilegious to say because LeBron is the best player on the planet. But let's look at it. Let's look at it. So, when they need a big shot, who take it? When they need a big shot, who make it? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Who's unguardable when he goes to the hole? Who makes his open shots? The answer to all these questions is Kyrie Irving. And he's from Duke, by the way. Yes, Ramsey. Yes, Kyrie Irving is the best player on the team. Now, LeBron is the leader. I'll give you that. He's the leader. He's also about to be 32. Kyrie ain't 25. Just saying, you heard it here first. In my opinion, I know the numbers were historic, but you could have gave the MVP to Kyrie last year. He didn't have a bad game. He didn't. So I'm just saying, it's just something to watch out for. It's something to look out for. Is Kyrie Irving the best player on the Cavaliers? Sean from No Holds Barred says yes. Yes, yes, yes. So going off the court a bit, have y'all heard what George Karl been saying? So he released a book or whatever And he's been talking about players' fathers, players that ain't good, they not good teammates. Why? Why? He never even, Damian Lillard said, I've never met George Karl, but George Karl said he's the problem with the Trailblazers. Damian Lillard, one of the best players in the league. But he's the problem? You don't hear nothing about Damian Lillard. He just want a ball. He's just a good guy that just want to play basketball. So I'm not understanding. And the thing is, I respect George Karl. I love George Karl. Great coach, man. He's had some great teams. But this, I agree with you, Ryan, man. Dude is bitter, man. Somebody pissed in his Cheerios or something. He can't get back in the league. I don't know what it is. Because at first I was like, well, maybe he's trying to be Phil Jackson, give you that one-liner for his book, you know, when he said that about Kobe or whatever. And everybody was like, oh, I got to go buy the book and read it. But I'm like, it's something every day with this dude, man. To talk about Carmelo and his lack of a father, dog. That's crossing the line. And then B, what that got to do with anything? That's crazy to me, man. That's so crazy to me. Now, granted, I'm one of those people, I do think you grow out of stuff. I don't necessarily think that all of your problems in life derive from your childhood. I don't necessarily think that. I know some people do, and in some cases that may be true. But when you're dealing with grown men, dog, that make millions of dollars, that this is their profession, what they father got to do with anything? Period. Why even bring that up? Have you met his father? Has you had a conversation with him about his father? So, George Karl, man, dog, I can't fool with you no more, dog. That's horrible, man. That's just, it's terrible. It's terrible. So, I hope all the flash quotes and the clickbait is done. You release your book. You make your money off of it, man. I hope you don't write another one. But stop talking about these players that you don't know nothing about, that you perceive to know. That's horrible, man. That's just bad. So, that's terrible. But, man, as you can see, from an entertainment standpoint, your boy went and saw Rogue One, A Star Wars Story. Saw it twice. Once by myself, the second time with my family. Loved the movie, man. Totally loved it. I loved how it went from Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, and it really tied together A New Hope, and you just understand why this happened. Ryan says George Karl book will go to wood. Double copper. Yeah, man, that was pretty good there, sir. But yeah, man, Rogue One, A Star Wars Story. My boss got me this, by the way. So, best Star Wars since Empire Strikes Back? Oh, hold on, Ryan. Nah, bruh. No. Revenge of the Sith was better. Revenge of the Sith was better. From a storyline standpoint, yes. Shout out to my frat brother, Eric Evans, who just joined. Nah, man, Revenge of the Sith was better than this. The Force Awakens was better than this. But this movie was excellent, dog. From just everything. The story, the characters, and it was a story of sacrifice. It was a story of sacrifice. And I loved it. I loved the blind character. I'm one with the Force, and the Force is one with me. I'm one with the Force, and the Force is one with me. I love that, man. Yeah, shout out to my frat brother Eric there. Man, Eric posted a video of us. It was Spring 2000 Step Show. Stepping, man. Brought back memories, bruh. We were robbed. But back to Star Wars movie, man. It's excellent. I'm not going to spoil it. I'm not one of those type of people. But this is what I'll tell you. This is what you need to know. I would watch Revenge of the Sith. Then I would watch A New Hope. And then go see Rogue One. You will thank me later. This was a standalone, non-Skywalker story, best since Empire. It's a standalone movie, dog, but it still ties the two movies together. So I guess you could say it's standalone if you want to, but it ties the two movies together, man. You don't need a Skywalker in the movie for it to be great. And this movie was great. I just don't think it was as good as Revenge of the Sith. Because that Revenge of the Sith, episode 3, it is this story. You understand where Darth Vader came from. You understand why he made that decision. And if you're honest with yourself, you would make that decision too. If my beautiful wife was about to die and I had to choose to go to the dark side to try to save her, I would. Period. That's what Anakin did, man. So that's life choices, dog. I'm sorry. I think you got to go with that. Shout out to my girl Tavicia Hutchinson, checking in from Texas. Just joined, high school buddy there. So look, Rogue One is awesome, man. And don't believe the hype when people say, "Oh, well, it's got some slow parts in it." Everything is needed in this movie. Every scene is needed. Ryan, we all know what's going to happen in Revenge, but we didn't know why. That's what made it great, Ryan. That's what made the movie great, dog. Like, yes, we knew what was going to happen in Rogue One. But that's why we watched the movie. I just think the story was told a bit better in Revenge of the Sith. And the lightsaber duels was crazy in Revenge of the Sith, by the way. But speaking of lightsaber, Darth Vader, like I said, I ain't gonna spoil anything. You just need to be prepared. It's sick. It's sick. It's so sick. I'll go back tonight just to see that part of the movie and give them my good $10. So yes, that's all you need to know. But the sacrifice for them with the Death Star, man, with the rebels, and they were rogues, man. It was so good. It was just so good. And it's just like this. That movie pretty much says this concept is bigger than me, but it takes me to achieve this concept. That's the best way I can explain that movie. This concept is bigger than me, but it takes me to achieve this concept, period. And you'll love it. You will love it. It's a little over 2 hours, but it's awesome, man. Now, the previews of the movie are pretty good, too. We got us a Transformers preview, which is pretty decent. Some other animated stuff, but, can't really complain. Can't really complain. So, yeah, shout out to Tavicia. Hey, what's up, girl? Ryan, both of those movies were good. I agree. Eric Evans, Arkansas is blowing this game. They was up 24-0. They better not be. I don't have a TV on right now since we're doing the show. But come on, Arkansas. Just run the damn ball, period. Just run the damn ball. Yes, Ryan, that was a great saying that I just said. I am going to copyright that. Don't need to see it on any T-shirts. Okay, Arkansas has the lead, Eric, 24-21. Cool. So, yeah, Rogue One, just amazing, man. It was crazy. I'm going to try to see Assassin's Creed. It hasn't gotten good reviews, so I don't know about if I want to waste money on that. But I've been told by my wife and my daughter that we're going to see Sing on Sunday. So for sure we can review that. It's an animated movie, guys, but those make the best movies sometimes. I told y'all, Moana, it was excellent. You need to go see it. That song, You're Welcome, it's in my rotation. So we'll be definitely checking that out. Now, from an entertainment standpoint, if you've been missing it, you need to go back and start watching it. But HBO is airing every day a complete season of Game of Thrones. Today, you're on season 4. Episode 9 is on right now, Watchers of the Wall. Arguably one of the greatest episodes of the entire series. Won't spoil it for you, but damn, that action, that fight is serious. So go to HBO, check it out right now. if you've got on demand, download the episodes and just watch it, man. Season 5 is tomorrow, which was awesome. But that's season 6 on Saturday. Woo! In the commercials of the football game, you got to flip back and forth, man, because that's Cersei's Revenge, episode 6. I mean, season 6 is the Revenge tour. So, so good. So, Ryan is saying, go see Fences. I want to see that, man. That was a play that James Earl Jones was in a while back, and now it's been put on the big screen with Viola Davis and Denzel Washington, 2 of our great actors and actresses. So I definitely want to see it, man. It's coming from a family perspective and told about the Black experience, a hard-working father, a stay-at-home mom, and a kid with talent. I'm all for that. You know, got a little Jeffersons in it. They got to overcome. They got to come up. So yeah, man, I'm definitely gonna check out Fences. So if you've seen it, don't spoil it for me. We can talk about it, but I'm definitely gonna have to check it out. I'm not sure which theater is playing it here, but I'm definitely gonna check that out, man. Fences, definitely want to see that. What do y'all think about Collateral Beauty? Will Smith is in that movie. If you haven't noticed by now, I am pro-Black actor, so always trying to check out our movies. But Collateral Beauty, it looks like it's about a father. Maybe he loses his daughter and he writes letters to emotions, and then they come and talk to him, kind of like a Christmas Carol, you know. But I think it's a pretty good premise. Haven't seen the reviews on it, but I don't know. Shout out to my girl Tawana Epps, long time no talk to, just joined. We went to the prom together. But yeah, man. I don't know. Hey, Leotis Crowley joined. Leo, what's up? So yeah, those are the movies that I'm checking out. You know, we'll definitely review them next week and see what's going on. But you know, we'll see. But Rogue One, man, I'm telling you, go spend your money. Get you some popcorn and a drink. Very entertaining. Great Star Wars flick. Great Star Wars flick. Ramsey Will had Oscar in back, but he dropped Fences. So what was he gonna win an Oscar for, Ramsey? What was Denzel gonna win an Oscar for? The Magnificent Seven? Or are you saying Fences is gonna get him the Oscar? I heard his performance is very strong, but I hear Viola Davis' performance is what does it, what makes the movie. So I don't know. I have to see it. Now, I do want to see that Taraji P. Henson movie. What's it called? Hidden Figures. Hidden Figures. I do want to see that. I'm going to take my kids to see that, man. First of all, you know, you need to take your children to see Black history. And second of all, it's a great story. Okay, so Ramsey is saying that yes, that this is an Oscar performance. We'll see, man. I don't know, man. I don't know, because from a politics standpoint, now you're going to see a lot of the Oscar bait movies coming out. So I don't know. Eric says, last scene of Insecure. I know I'm late. Man, I'm late as hell too, Eric. I ain't even watched Insecure. All I know is we supposed to be Team Lawrence. That's all I know. That's all I know, man. I haven't watched the series. It's a 30-minute series on HBO. I plan on downloading it and checking it out one day, because you can probably plow through it in a day. It's just 30-minute episodes. I think it's 8 of them. So, but I don't know about Insecure, man. We'll have to sit and chat about it. But I heard it was good, man. It had Twitter up in arms for about 3-4 days. So I was trying to, you know, not read those tweets and not read those Facebook articles about it. But yeah, I hear it's good, man. So Eric says it's deep, man. Hey, gotta go with my bro on that. So Eric says it's good. I gotta check it out, man. So I have to check out Insecure, and we'll see. But like I said, all I know is we supposed to be Team Lawrence, whatever that means. Whatever he did, I guess we got to be about that. So, okay. But to wrap up the show, man, we have our favorite last scene. We'll have the wife looking at you like, okay. Is she looking at me like, I bet you better not do this, Negro? Or is she looking at me like, it's about to go down? So, I don't need the first one. I need the second one. Cause I need that it's about to go down look. Is that what we talking about, Eric? So you need to respond, please. So our last segment, man, in the last Church of Petty of the year, Church of Petty. We embrace petty at No Holds Barred. Exactly, you better not. Okay. It one of them. All right. I appreciate that because I stay in trouble in my marriage, dog. I live in the doghouse. So anything I can do to stay out of there, I will do that. So I will have to check out Insecure. But Church of Petty, man. We embrace petty. Oh, shout out to my man John Steinman who just joined. Oh, co-worker of mine. Oh, good dude, good man, John Steinman. So, Church of Petty. You know, we embrace petty here. You know, I know it's not the politically correct thing to say, and it's not accepted in our society to be petty about people. You can be petty here at No Holds Barred all day long. So we have had a tremendous year, and tremendous members have joined our Church of Petty. Just looking back on it, man. Oh, and how do you send us petty? Send us to our email at noholdsbarredsports@gmail.com, or you can send it to us through Facebook or Twitter. About buying my kids a dog. You know, they want us to have a little poodle or a little Shih Tzu or something. I want a big ass black dog because I'm pro-black, and I want something that can protect me. A big ass black dog. That's what I'm gonna bring in this house. I'm gonna be petty. They want something little, I'm bringing something big. I also had another petty submission about people talking on their phone in public restrooms in the stall, man. Whenever you hear that, just start flushing the damn toilet. That's what I do. I just flush the toilet because I don't want to hear your conversation when you're doing your business in the bathroom. That's petty of me. I don't care. So petty. Who was petty this year? Interesting question. Who was petty in sports? You know, Richard Sherman was petty to the media yesterday, saying that it was a privilege to talk to him. Were you petty this year? I ain't throwing you under the bus, Eric, but my frat brother Eric Evans had a little petty post earlier this year saying people can lose weight, but you can't lose that ugly. That was petty, dog. That was petty. It was good though. So man, submit your petty to us. We love it here. We read it on the show. We have a good time. We talk about it. And I apply it to my life every day. I would love to share with y'all what happened to me today, Eddie. I didn't have nothing to do with it. I just sat back and observed, but it was so petty. It was so good. I have to find a way to tell that story without incriminating anybody, but it was good. So, man, 2016 is over pretty much, man. 2017 is going to be a big year for No Holds Barred. Other platforms that you'll be able to see us on. So check us out. Be on the lookout. When you get that notification, you click on it and tell your friends about us, man. We're going to be doing live broadcasts from sporting events in 2017. Interviews with local people, interviews with hopefully some celebrities, some people you've heard of, some people you may not have heard of, but you need to know. So check us out in 2017. It's gonna be great, man. My co-host is gonna be back and better than ever. She's so dynamic, she's so beautiful. Love that Erica Nelson. So No Holds Barred, Sports and Entertainment. Thank you everybody for showing up and listening to me talk and giving me comments and talking to me about it, man. I really appreciate it. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter at NHB Sports and send us emails at noholdsbarredsports@gmail.com. This is Sean. I'm out. Be easy.